We are in the alluring city of Bangkok, capital of Thailand, with so much to see, do, and certainly eat. It is one of the most enticing cities in the world. And in the northern part of the city, we have the Impact Arena, which is the host venue for the TotalEnergies BWF Thomas and Uber Cup Finals 2022. So much action going on here for the last few days. And we're now into the knockout stages. It's been a lot of fun here, and the crowds have certainly been enjoying it. Our attentions are going to be on Court 1 today, and we start with the Uber Cup quarterfinals. Indonesia take on China. That will start in just a few minutes' time, and at 2 p.m. local time here, still with the Uber Cup, it will be Korea against Denmark. And finally for the men, the Thomas Cup this evening at 7 p.m. local time, Indonesia take on China. And remember, it is 16 countries have been divided into 4 groups, and they have just been completed last night. We then now have the quarterfinals today for both competitions, as well as the semi-finals tomorrow. The Uber Cup finals alone on Saturday for the women, and the men's Thomas Cup final is on Sunday. As I mentioned, 4 groups of 4, and these were the standings in the Uber Cup. As you can see, the top 2 from each group qualify to go to the knockout rounds. And all the bigwig countries, as you'd expect, are pretty much here. And the difference between the group standings, the group stages, and the knockouts is you have to play all 5 matches within a tie. Here, in the knockouts, it is basically first to 3 or best of 5. So this is what the Uber Cup draw is like. Japan versus Chinese Taipei, and Korea and Denmark, India against Thailand, and we're going to be looking at Indonesia versus China, of course, with a place in the semi-finals at stake. So a lot to play for here, little margin for error. And as always, to get the troops psyched up before the battle, there's always the traditional team huddle. And the Indonesians having good fun with that earlier on. They're in excellent spirits, aren't they? They're an unfancied side. They're young and inexperienced, but boy, have they shown what they can do. China here, of course, perennial favorites. They are the team to beat, and they will feel supremely confident after what's been an excellent tournament for them once again. So let's tell you the lineup then here, the order of play in this first session, Indonesia versus China. We'll have Komang Ayuchaya Dewi up against Chen Yufei. Well, what a match that will be for Komang to play against such a great player like Chen Yufei. Then the women's doubles, Febriana Dwipuji Kusuma against Amalia Cahaya Pratiwi against Chen Qingchen and Tia Yifan, Olympic champions. The star of the show, Bilkis Prasista, after beating Akane Yamaguchi, the world #1, then tries to do another giant killing act against Herbing Chiao. And if we go beyond that, it will be Nita Violina Marwa and Lanitria Mayasari up against Huang Dongping and Zheng Yu, another fantastic pairing, before the final match sees Siti Sara Azara versus Wang Ziyi. So a lot to play for here, a lot at stake. These 2 countries have a long history in the Uber Cup. They're 2 of the most successful. Komang Ayuchaya Dewi then first up against Chen Yufei. 14 times they've met in the Uber Cup. Indonesia and China have an overwhelming record. They've won 13 out of 14 times. The only time Indonesia have beaten China was in 1996. Believe it or not, they met in the group stages. China won 5-0, and then in the final, amazingly, Indonesia turned it around and won 4-1. Boy, would they love something like that today. Here is Komang Ayuchaya Dewi, who knows she has a massive task ahead of her. Absolutely no doubt about that. She will be unfancied here, and she probably doesn't mind that. going right under the radar. Dewi, she'll be fine with that, absolutely. A player who's just really now trying to make a mark within the Indonesian setup. And then you're playing the Olympic champion, Chen Yufei, gold medalist at the Tokyo Games. She's obviously won the Uber Cup as well in 2020 last year. Got bronze here in Bangkok. You're certainly going to be aiming for more than that. First meeting between these players. World Championships, she's finished third twice in 2017 and 2019. Silver medalist at the Asian Games, which of course have just been postponed. They were supposed to be in China in September, so she'll be the silver medalist a little bit longer. And she comes into this as the massive, massive favourite here. In terms of recent titles won, well, that's been a little bit of a drought, but Chinese players have not been out in the competitions as much as some of the others. She's won 9 titles on the BWF World Tour, most recently the Malaysia Masters in 2020. Runner-up in the All England in 2020 as well. This year she's finished runner-up twice. 2022, the German Open and Korea Masters. For Dewi, she's 19 years of age. She's from Bali, the capital Denpasar, 160 centimeters tall, and playing at a highest ranking of 203. Wouldn't mind worry about that one too much, because we've seen sometimes performances belie the rankings, as was evidenced by Bilkis Prasista yesterday, 333, and she beat the world #1, Akane Yamaguchi. That will have just sounded a warning to all the other countries now going to face Indonesia, perhaps. She had no problems against Yvonne Lee, beating her in 39 minutes. She had a tougher time against France's Chen Yufei, but did beat her in the end, dropping a game along the way. That was actually a very tight game, but that was the first of the tournament, and you could argue a bit of a loosener. Yvonne Lee's higher ranked than she, and she looked more comfortable against her. Chen Yufei, 24 years of age, from Zhejiang in China, 171 centimeters tall. She's currently the world #3, and she has, of course, been a former world #1, hitting that just over 2 years ago, December 2019, when she last had that ranking. So, when you look at her advance here to the quarterfinals, she's won straight games in all. Wendy Chen of Australia. Clara Asumendi, she had one tight game in the second one, and then against Su Wenqi last night in straight games. So pretty straightforward for her. Harriet Semugabi of Uganda is our umpire. And should be ably assisted by Peter Messeros from Switzerland. Well, is Chen Yufei being quite at her best? Probably not, I think. Some would say, since the Olympics.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, China, represented by Chen Yufei. And on my left, Indonesia, represented by Komang Ayu Kayu Dewi. Indonesia to serve, love all, play.
So here we go then, Chen Yufei against Dewi, Komang Dewi. Let's see what the early exchanges show us.
Service over.
It will certainly be an intimidating atmosphere for Dewi. Couple of unforced errors to get her started, unfortunately, for her. Dewi. She's only played 55 matches at this level 40 wins, 15 defeats. Which on paper looks decent enough. That's a good winner. Easy does it for Chen. This year, not counting the Yuba Cup, she's had 3 wins out of 4 matches played. Dewi. She was involved in the Badminton Asia Championships. She beat Han Yu of China. Should give her some inspiration, I hope. Right now, she is already getting outplayed. 2 winners from Chen Yufei. She lost to Akane Yamaguchi in 3, so that'll give you an idea of the level she can play at. Dewi. Right now, she is up against it. Chen Yufei, her overall record, outstanding. 255 wins and 82 losses in 337 matches. And those sort of serves are going on at the moment. I tell you what, this is a dream start. Perfect start for Chen and China. By far the longest rally we've had, but it does end in Chen's favour, and it tends to be the case. Though it is perhaps a slight generalisation when they go to these longer rallies. It would tend to favour the more experienced player. That's an impressive 7-love lead now to Chen Yufei, who's won 10 of her 14 matches this year. Though, as I mentioned, she has ended up second in 2 tournaments this year. Korean Masters and the German Open. Well, that will give her tremendous confidence and a boost there, Dewi. Her first point on the board, off a nice winner as well, down the line, the smash. Now, can she build on it? Just out, and that's 2 in a row for Dewi. Yeah, Chen got to the final of the German Open, lost to a big rival, her being Tiao, who would come back to haunt her later in the year. Then All England, she got to the semis, lost to Akane Yamaguchi, went on to win it. Korea Open, she lost to, perhaps surprising, Kim Go-eun in the round of 16, and Korea Masters, as I said, lost to Herbing Chow again.
Service over, 8-2.
So she's gone deep in competitions. But by her own high standards, I'm sure she'll have felt should be looking at more than that. Yeah, she looks in good nick, doesn't she? Putting those away with ease, which you'd expect her to be honest. It is in. Actually well in that one.
3-9.
A little bit of a smile there from Chen. She probably could have done better with that one.
9.
Well, she's picking up a few points here and there. Dewi, she knows she needs really a sustained run of points. It's just out. Indonesia's men, of course, one of the favourites here for the Thomas Cup. Women virtually unknown outside their country. Dewi is here, the top singles player for Indonesia in this current squad, but she's only 9th in the women's singles rankings. Their second singles player, Fatetani, is number 329. She's not playing today. They're going to use Bilkis Prasista instead. Couldn't quite get that over, and at the interval, Chen Yufei very much in control of this one. She's 11-4 up in game 1.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So far, so good
11
for Chen
4.
Yufei.
Play.
Some good shots there, much better from Dewi. That'll be a nice boost for her.
5, 11.
And certainly more familiar names from Indonesia like Gregoria Mariska Tunjung and Putri Kusuma Wardani, and even Apriani Rahayu. They're on SEA Games duty, Southeast Asian Games. So they've had to rotate around Indonesia. And yet they confounded critics by beating both France and Germany 5-0. But getting to the quarterfinals, I think, already regarded as a creditable achievement for Indonesia. And of course, they had to then pull out China in the draw. And this has been a good post-interval start here for Devi. That's a delightful shot, isn't it, from Chen?
12-6.
Just so good to watch. Completely took the pace off it, the shuttle. Well, that was brilliant from Dewi, who pretty much repelled everything that was thrown at her by Chen, who was trying to move her around, trying to stretch her, and she was obdurate, wouldn't be moved. Did her job fantastically, and in the end it was Chen with the error. 3 points on the trot for Devi. better from Chen. Well, it's clear from the Indonesian team management that part of the reason for throwing this team into the deep end of elite competitions is to prepare them for the rigors ahead. They wanted to experience the pressures of the Yuba Cup, according to the team manager, Hendro Santoso. Because of the SEA Games, Southeast Asian Games, where the seniors are preparing, they feel it's a good preparation, the Yuba Cup. That is out. Few mistakes coming in now from Chen.
30.
Very much not under pressure with some of those shots. But it's clear that Indonesia are looking to the future, and I think it's a good thing. They want to refresh. He considers the Yuba Cup team of the same quality, Hendro. And he's told them to trust themselves, because he said if you have the skills, you're already achievers. And he feels that they're all equally talented. So since the interval, it's 5-2 in favor of Dewi. She has really come good since then. Remember, she really thrashed Yvonne Lee, who's ranked 175 places above her. So she shouldn't feel intimidated by the situation at all. There you go. Now starting to apply that pressure on Chen, who had a 7-point lead before the break, and now it's only 3.
It's over.
Celebration, probably a bit of relief as well for Chen. Well, women's singles coach Marco Hardas marked out Dewi as one to watch for the future. Once again,
it's over. 11, 14.
under pressure. Another error from Chen. Yeah, Mariko Harda said she felt all of them would get good experience in this tournament, the Indonesian players. Many of them, of course, debutants. She felt they had to build their confidence. And where things will
15,
get difficult
11.
for players like Komang Dewi is, of course, in the pressure situations where she will not necessarily have experienced it as much as, say, someone like Chen. Pumped fist from Chen now, who's still being outscored by her opponent. It's 7-5. If we're keeping tabs on the post-interval score, still in favor of Dewi, who, as a coach, Mariko Harda said that this is preparation for Komang as a next generation player. They believe that she's going to be the next big star from Indonesia. I think she'll do quite well in the future. Beautifully done by Dewi.
Service over 12-16.
Stretch Chen Yufei there. And finishing it off at the net nicely. She's just looking down at her knee. And she's okay.
Thank you. There's Babun Good. 12-16. Lane.
Oh, and that is... Haven't seen an error for her in a while, actually, Debbie.
12.
That's the kind of thing that Chen's been doing in the last few minutes. She looked a bit disappointed there with herself. Dewi. Yeah, there you go. She knows she should have got that over at least. Brilliant, isn't it? Cross court from Chen Yufei.
18-12.
Competed at the Olympics as the #1 seed in the women's singles, beating Tai Tzu Ying in the final in 3. Tai is next door right now as Chinese Taipei take on Japan. And of course, in last October, Chen helped China retain the Sudirman Cup. And now Chen is just 2 away from taking this first game. Probably feel a little bit happy about things. She's still outscored, by the way, since the interval. 9-8. But because it was such a big deficit in the first half of the game, 11-4, she is still quite comfortably in front.
(19-12). Lane.
So we have game points now for Chen Yufei. 8 of them.
12.
That is just out, and Chen Yufei, having started so well, ends in the same fashion. In between, some great work from Komang Ayuchaya Dewi, who pushed her opponent, and for a while, as she started to put some pressure, the lead was cut down from 7 to just 3. But it's a good win here for Chen Yufei in game 1. She takes it 21-12. In just about 20 minutes or so.
你让他上来，我再推你后场。在这边就注意一点啊，球一定要到位，好吧？啊，给他相应支点，这边速度打起来啊。
Atau kamu ikutin dulu nanti baru kamu ada ini perubahan kecepatannya gitu ya, nikmati pertandingannya, nikmati aja, kamu enjoyin ya, ekspektasinya nggak usah terlalu tinggi tapi tetap kamu usaha terus ya, menikmati apa yang kamu gunain pola mainnya ya, biar rapi, kamu rapi juga itu, nanti tiba-tiba kamu nyepetin nyolong ya, oke ya, ayo kita ya, ayo.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game. Level.
So to game 2, can Chen Yufei wrap this up with China the all-important lead here? Easy finish there, the kill from
1 love.
Chen. The net shot, perfect for her. Oh, that's again another enforced error. A bit of an awkward shot there from Dewi at the net. Just pushed it a little too much, didn't she? Could see the idea, just aiming for that far corner with Chen right at the net.
Pairs. Play must be continuous. Play.
Umpire wants them to get on with it. It's been a tense few days of action, I have to say, for everyone involved, so can understand. Everyone's just feeling it a little bit. That is great stuff from Chen. So a similar sort of start to what she had in her first game. Remember, she had 7 unanswered points before they finally got one on the board. Though she did that one in style. Oh, she's touched that. She'd not, and it probably would have been out anyway.
1-3.
Pushed it along a bit twice now, Udiri. So important to get off to a good start in the knockout rounds, as I mentioned earlier. It's best of 5 now, no longer first of 5. Which is
5-1.
in the zone at the moment, Chen Yufei. So of course, if trying to get the one here, they just need 2 more wins after this. And given that record I was telling you about, which is very impressive from China. She played that late, didn't she? And actually that was well in. Dewi knows that.
1.
Yeah, in the year 2000, they changed a format where it was best of 5, but up till then, you had to play all the way through. And China had a lot of 5-0s in that period. There was a couple of 3-2s, 1986 and 1994. When China beat Indonesia in the final of the Yuba Cup. But otherwise, pretty much one-way traffic. And even when they changed rules to best of 5, China still had a lot of 3-0s.
Over. 2.
Longer rally, which Dewi ends up winning. Well, a languid shot there, wasn't it, from Chen Yufei? So yeah, to reiterate, the 14 times that they've met at the Yuba Cup, China have won 13 of those. The only time that they didn't was in 1996 when Indonesia lost in the group stages 5-0, but then they met in the final and amazingly turned it around and won in the final 4-1. Indonesia's only win ever against China in the Yuba Cup.
Service over. 7.
Yeah, she's distinctly unhappy with some of her shot choices. You can understand why. Skimming the net there, helping Chen along the way. She acknowledges that.
8-2.
Body language at the moment from Devi isn't the most positive you'll ever see. Chen doesn't give too much away.
Play.
Again, wrong footing her opponent, going back right across that. Excellent work from Chen Yufei. And it is relatively similar to what we saw in the first game. Now remember, she took an 11-4 lead into the interval. Chen Yufei currently 9-2. Davies is in some trouble there at the moment. She's shaking her head. She knows she's capable of much better. I looked out. That is indeed.
3-10.
So brief respite here for Devi. That's just out.
4-10.
Couple of points, so at least she's on the same score she was in the last game. Something to build on. She can try to narrow that gap a little bit here. 2 in a row, her best run so far in this game, but it ends there. So as we had in the first game, Chen Yufei goes into the interval. 11-4 up here in game 2.
Enjoy aja, ya. Anggap ini gembirain, pikiran kamu senang nih. Wah, kapan lagi saya main sama dia, gitu. Supaya kamu jangan terlalu tertekan. Wah, saya gimana nih, nggak matematik. Nggak usah, main namanya standarnya itu. Jadi kamu mau belajar, ya ini kan belajar.
20 seconds. 11-4. Play.
So the same situation. I remember after the interval,
12.
David came good for a while and got to within 3 of her opponent. But right now, first point goes to Chen Yufei. That's well wide.
13-4.
A number of unforced errors littering her game at the moment, Devi. Not helping herself at the moment, the Indonesian, I'm afraid.
14-4.
Much better restart for Chen Yufei in this second game. 3-1 at the moment in her favour. Easy finish there. Manoeuvring her opponent into that corner.
5.
The lead is now 10. Could finish that one off, Chen Yufei.
6-15.
Now, she needs a run of points here badly, Dewi. Nicely done, put away by Chen Yufei.
Service over, 16-6.
Well, she's not had that sort of form that she had in the, at least in this little period, Devi, in the first game. Getting thoroughly outplayed here.
Service over, 7-16.
Another opportunity here for Dewi. Pretty much now or never for her. 9 points, the gap.
Service over.
And that is pretty much encapsulating what's happening for her in this game. She's only managed to get 2 points on the trot at any stage of this second game, and that is not enough. So now Chen just 3 away from wrapping this game up. This match, I should say. She's played that delightfully, Chen Yufei.
19-7.
Really took the pace off it. And a slice as well. Nice bit of deception. She's almost there.
Service over, 8-19.
That's in.
9-19.
She almost looked as if she wanted to challenge that, Chen Yufei, but then just sort of pulled out of it. Looked at her coach as well. Did appear to be in. Little flourish here, perhaps, from Dewi. She needs a bit more than that, though. A lot more than that. Well, when you're a top player, things like that just sometimes go your way, don't they? Just tend to. Tumbling over, no chance whatsoever.
Thank you.
Every so often, it can favour the underdog as well. So 9 points the gap here for Dewi. You can see what she was attempting to do there, Dewi.
20,
Execution
match point 10.
didn't quite follow. And now 10 match points here for Chen Yufei. Played that really late. David did the right thing by going straight down the middle, almost at the player itself. Now she'd love, I'm sure, dearly to at least match or better her first game total of 12 points. She's on 11.
Game.
And that's a fine way for Chen Yufei to end proceedings.
Match won by China.
Another classic birdie stretch for her. She played some great shots. A few unforced errors along the way. Dewi also played a part, particularly in game one, right after the interval, where she was reeling off points and really building up her confidence. She's already made a name for herself here with that defeat of Yvonne Lee. She pushed Chen Yufei a little bit in game one, but it is the Chinese star Chen Yufei who beats Indonesia's Komangayu Chaya Dewi 21-12, 21-11 in 42 minutes. And China have a 1-0 lead here. We're going to move up to the women's doubles next. Indonesia versus China here in the Yuba Cup. So this is how things stand at the moment between Indonesia and China, with a good win there for Chen Yufei against Komangayu Chaya Dewi in match one. There are still at least 2 more matches to play, but we can go up, of course, to all 5 if it comes down to it. Next up is the doubles, the first doubles of this tie. So we'll have Febriana Dwi Kusuma and Amalia Cahaya Pratiwi of Indonesia taking on China's Chen Chengchen and Jia Yifan.
On court 1, Uber Cup quarterfinal, the first double. Indonesia, represented by Febriana Dwi Kusuma and Amalia Cahaya Pratiwi. Versus China, represented by Chen Chengchen and Jia Yifan.
So the two sets of players now making their way onto court 1.
From New Zealand. Service
And it's
Bird,
quite the pairing here for China. Chen Chengchen and Jia Yifan, silver medalists from the Olympic Games, more importantly, world champions at the moment. Just a few months ago in Huelva, also world champions in 2017. Sudirman champions as well, reigning Sudirman champions, part of the mixed team event there. They did that again in 2019. Uber Cup, they've been part of 2 championship winning sides in 2020, the last edition last year, and in 2016. They won bronze here in 2018. Asian champions, reigning Asian champions as well. First meeting between these pairs, though Chen and Jia have met
and the red allergy juice.
Kusuma
Black.
in the past,
Red, serve, receive.
when
Serve,
she was
receive.
with Rybka Subgiarto, and they won that one.
Who's receiving? Prateri's receiving.
21-12,
Who's serving?
21-10. That was
Sorry.
just over 3 years ago, the Indonesia Masters. So these two will be the team to beat. Such an excellent pairing. Been playing together for a long, long time, for 8 years. Find out more about the Indonesians first. Febriana Dwi Kusuma, 21 years of age, from Jember, 170 centimeters tall, 103 is her ranking. Highest was with Rybka Sugiarto, as I mentioned earlier. That was in August 2019. Her partner, Amalia Cahaya Pratiwi, 20 years old, I should say, 171 centimeters tall, from Sukoharjo. And she's playing at her current highest ranking. Well, so far, this is how they've performed. They've had one tough game, particularly against Eriot and Lambert of France. In that second game, they won 27-25. Much easier against Elfa and Moshazinski. Again, they were lower ranked in both those matches and won them. Didn't play against Japan. Jia Yifan, 24 years of age, from Tianjin, 170 centimeters tall, and the world #1 ranking with their current partner. Chen Chengchen, also 24, from southern China, Guangdong, 164 centimeters tall. Didn't have to play against Australia and had 2 very, very easy matches against Spain and Chinese Taipei. And suffice to say, they are here as the overwhelming favourites in this one. Sydney Gallos from New Zealand, our umpire. But Van Horenbeek is the a Belgian service judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Indonesia, represented by Amalia Cahaya Pratiwi and Febriana Vipuji Kusuma. And on my left, China, represented by Chen Ching-sen and Jie Fan. China to serve, Jie Fan to Amalia Cahaya Pratiwi. Level, play.
Well, a pretty long rally to get us started. And it's Indonesians to get the first point.
Service over. 1 love.
Well, they're having a very nice start here. They're very happy with this so far, the Indonesians.
Service over. 1, 2.
Short serve.
Service over. 3,
Surprising there.
1.
I'll tell you what, that is absolutely fantastic from Chen. The
Service
reactions
over.
there, because it looked like she was
2,
second
3.
favourite to save this. Great defending. Yeah, reaction there. And Kusuma tells you she felt she should have got that. They're playing nice and aggressively at the moment.
Service over. 4, 2.
Dia makes no mistake from there.
Service
That was
over.
going to be put away, wasn't it?
3, 4.
Such a formidable pair, Jie Fan and Chen Ching-chen. Well, just about everything there is to win. Apart from, of course, they'd love that gold medal, which, ironically, a lot or not, they lost to the
Service
Indonesian
over.
pair, Gracia Poli and Apriani
5,
Mahayu. Boy, could
3.
Indonesia do with them right now. At the moment, though, in Dreamland, they've
6,
got a 6-3
3.
lead here. Kusuma and Pratiwi. Well, that lead is extended to 4.
7, 3.
You don't need as much of a cushion as possible because you know there's going to be an onslaught. There's going to be a reaction soon from the Chinese players.
No challenge, and it's in. 8-3.
5-point lead. This is excellent from the Indonesians. They needed that, didn't they? Oh, this starts to run away.
8.
Apology there for tumbling over the net, but the lead is now 3. This is what I mean about having just that cushion. You need to build it up against a pair like this. Got no chance once it hits the net like that. At the moment, the Indonesians are riding this crest.
9-5.
How far will it take them? They probably don't want to get to the interval because that could just disrupt their momentum. Is long. It's not really working out at the moment, is it, for Chen and Jia? Just trying to push it to the back court. It was just a bit long. 5-point lead again.
Chen, ready.
That's a great rally. Some wonderful drives exchanged. In the end, the Chinese come out on top.
Change of 10. Service over. 6-10.
I do remember that Fabiano was part of a Asia Junior Champion runner-up partnership with Rebecca Sugiarto in 2018. She's played at that kind of level in the past.
7-10.
And that lead is now whittled down to just 2. So at the interval, those Indonesians that perhaps stunningly have the lead here. 11-8 in game 1. It's disappointing for Chen, who's actually just stayed back a little bit to just play another serve.
Kamu kan bisa
Represented by
posisi bisa nyerang.
Su Yashing
Kalau
and
tahu
Lin
kamu paksain
Wanxing.
full, jangan direm lagi. Karena mereka masih siap, ya. Tinggal kamu arahin aja, gitu. Nah posisi telat, angkat tinggi nggak apa-apa. Tutup, jangan maksain. Hati-hati dia juga yang tinggal kamu 1, 2, 3 apa yang kiri kanannya. Tinggal awalannya kamu keluar kemana kamu harus tahu. Ya. Yang kalau kecil sering spacing, kamu tunggu spacing. Ya, cari serangan terus, ya. Itu terus pakai tipe nomor 1 tadi serang, ya.
So the little bits I heard there wasn't much with all the noise going on. Coach said, don't do something. Unfortunately, I couldn't catch quite what he said. And the other one was look for attacks. And it's worked so far. Excellent work from Kusuma. Well, there is something to be said for what the coach was mentioning there, because playing conservatively or defensive posture, trying to wait for something to happen, and allowing the opponents to come at you, going on the front foot, you're already the underdogs anyway. There's that element of surprise, perhaps catching your opponents off guard, trying to take the initiative. So far, it has worked. A long rally, that one. Jia wins it for China.
That
could well be the longest one so far.
Thank you.
Always aim at the player. Safest, you know that's going to be
Thank you.
the hardest shot to return.
Service over. 9-12.
Well, we did always
10,
expect there would be
12.
a reaction here in the post-interval session and the period right after.
Eleven, 12.
And right now that seems to be the case. Some quick points here for China since the break. Just as they were creeping up on the Indonesians, they
11.
bounced back well. As a partnership, Jia Yifan and Zheng Qichen have played 333 matches coming into this tournament. They've won a whopping 267 of them. Only 66 losses. Which means
11.
they've pretty much won. For every one match they lose, they win 4 more. They win 3/4 of their matches. Incredible. This year alone, they've lost just once in 11 matches. from Chia. Going cross court with the backhand. You contrast that with Pratiwi and Kusuma, who played 29 matches, 18 wins, 11 losses so far. They're still a very new pairing. And this year alone, they've only won 1 in 5. Let's tell you what those are. In 2022, they out in the round of 32 of the Badminton Asian Championships. Another long rally. This time it ends in favour of the Chinese. A little long there from Kusuma.
Chen. Chen. Coach. 13-14.
He's taking no nonsense here, Sydney Gallos. Emphatically put away by Kusuma.
Service over.
They are refusing
15-13.
to let go of this lead. China Jia won the German Open, beating the Stoeva sisters. Surprisingly got knocked out of the All England in the opening round to Zhong Nan and Kim Hai-cheong. And in the Swiss Open, there was a walkover they had to give. That's well long, isn't it, from Kusuma? They then went on to win the Badminton Asia Championships. So a couple of titles already for them. They're disappointing for them in the All England. That's something they probably would have gone on to win. They got through that opening round. A decent start to the year for them. Not such a decent opening match here, opening game.
14,
but they can still
15.
Power through with the experience that they've got. Just can't put it past them. Delicately done by Tia. Yeah, didn't see that one coming to cheat. Pratiwi. Well, that was the closest they've got, the Chinese. They were leveled up. And again,
15.
Just didn't want to let that lead go. Pratiwi and Kusuma. Just out, and it's all level again.
Service over. 16-all.
For the first time,
16.
they have the lead. It's taken them to the business end of this first game, but now can they power through? Not yet. The Indonesians are not having any of it.
It's over. 17-all.
Nice and tight match, this one. Non-stop there from Pertiwi. There's only so much defending you can do.
17.
Well, the coach said, look to attack whenever you can. Right now, that's what they're doing. They're just in front here by 1. Feeling of just almost a men's doubles match. It's all action, isn't it? It's all attack. And the Indonesians, it's paying off.
19-17.
Very few clears being played at the moment. Fast-paced, great to watch at the moment, and Indonesia in front by 2. They pull one back.
18,
Chen and Chia.
19.
Where is this going? So tight. They've drawn level, 19-all. The seesaw battle, this one. Right at the end of the first game. Fascinating watch, this one. Oh, it's long. And all of a sudden, would you believe it? The Chinese have game point.
Game point.
They've had the lead just
19.
once in this match.
Thank you.
This is just the second time they had it for 1 point. And this is their second moment now, taking the lead, and they could well win this game. Just an incredible turnaround. Just do not discount these Indonesian players out, though. Tumbling over on the net. What a way to win that first game. It has been a terrific battle, hasn't it?
21
in game one, with the Indonesians leading for 90% of it. And you really have to feel for them because they work so hard, followed the instructions, taking the initiative, really attacking at every opportunity. The Chinese found it hard to cope with at times. And then something like that happens. Jia Yifan immediately putting her hand up, but she will very gladly take that game point. It's been a really good first game, but it has gone the way of the Chinese in the end. Only just. Chen Qingchen and Jia Yifan then take game one against Febriana Dwipuji Kusman, Amalia Chaya Prativi, 21-19.
，terus ini juga sama perubahan. Nah kamu posisi nyerah di depannya agak mundur dikit, kayak seringnya ngedrive lurus pressing. Nah kalau di pressing kamu jangan, nggak usah panik, kamu taruh boleh di ini sabar dulu gitu. Kalau telat banget baru lariin ya. Kalau itu siap lagi di event. Tetap koridor yang program yang pertamanya, plannya tetap cari serangan. Kalau nggak bisa ya udah jual beli pukulan lagi. Tapi itu siapin lagi. Posisi panjang, siap panjang lagi, siap ditekan. Tadi TV agak udah perubahan, siap kaget. Itu harus siap lagi. Ya, siap terus ini. Ya, lebih yakin lagi ya. Ya.
So game two,
level,
an absorbing encounter so far. Jia Yifan and Chen Qingchen with the lead. I wonder with just the nature of that loss in the first game, what that will do to the Indonesians. To have led for almost the entire game, only to lose it right at the end. That's got to hurt.
Service over. Coach. 1-0.
Chinese coach again told to watch himself.
Service over. 2-1.
They'll dispute there on the serve. Two poor serves.
Service over.
Yeah, funny how that happens at times, doesn't it?
2-0. Service over. 3-2.
Yeah, the height of that was perfect for Chen to put away.
Service over. Change.
It was just an awkward shot, wasn't it, from Pratiri? And
Change the shuttle.
that was perfect for Chen.
Change the shuttle. Three, all.
Yeah, nicely placed there from Chen.
4-3.
Send that tumbling over. There was a lot of court to work with there for Chen, and she picked a spot nicely. Yeah, just because there was a little bit of vulnerability there, Kusuma on the ground. Just opening up that bit of space there. She couldn't quite recover in time.
Thank you. Five, 3. Line. Six, 3.
Yeah, this time on the serve, they misjudged it, the Indonesians. Kusuma, to be exact. Flick serve there. Yeah,
Service over.
bemused that she couldn't quite get that over. It seemed easier to do so.
4,
Just a little stretched.
6.
She knows she probably should have done that.
Service over. 7-4.
3 points to lead now for the Chinese pair. They're looking a little bit more in the zone now, aren't they, Jay Fun?
8-4.
Happier with things.
Line judge. Wipe the cord. Thank you. Eight, 4. Line.
A little bit more comfortable
Service
now.
over. 5-8.
Well, at the net, they're getting more joy now, the Chinese.
Service over.
Putting away most of their chances there
9,
in that area.
5.
Chen's not going to miss those. Good power from Chia. This is probably what
10,
people would have been
5.
expecting in game one. Really well placed.
11,
Chen's
5.
happier letting people know about it as well. And in and around the net, she's snaffling everything. It's becoming harder and harder now for Indonesians. The lead is 6. There you go. Saw her spot and picked it brilliantly. So it's 11-5 right now to the Chinese pair.
偷不了，我也躺进去，封网连换起来就好了，就连着他就好了，就不用说我靠网。
20 seconds.
Ayo lebih berani lagi. Ya.
Eleven, 5. Play.
Great work there from Kusuma to keep it alive. Not the second time of asking, though. Working hard.
Thank you. Twelve, 5.
The crowd trying to do their bit here to
Service over.
help the players
6,
who are 6
12.
behind. Well, they are looking to attack, as we said, at every single opportunity.
7, 12.
The Indonesians paid off a lot in the first game.
Service over. 13, 7. Seven. Service over. 8, 14.
6 points the gap. Indonesians know they have to close this up now. Just seemed unsure whether to play that Kusuma.
Service over. 15-8.
Right down the middle from Chia.
16.
That lead is now 8, and they're looking quite comfortable, aren't they, the Chinese? Looking to see this through now. Oh, that's more subtle from Kusuma. He's been playing a lot of attacking shots. And it's good to vary it up, of course.
Thank you. Service over. 9-16.
Wiped down almost every point now.
Thank you. Service over. 17-9.
Easy one to put away for Prativi. They'll fit double figures, but there's still 7 behind.
Service over. 10-17. You sure quit? Service over. 18-10.
Trying to go for that corner, which was the right call.
90.
Not quite executed the way Kusuma would have wanted, and there's just 2 points left in this for the Chinese to wrap up this match. Chia couldn't believe she's done that.
Service
Does appear
over.
that Chinese had more winners today
19.
than her partner. Late flourish here from the Indonesians.
12-19.
Well, they have some way to go, but they are starting to rack up some points here. They haven't managed to get more than a couple of points at a time. Can they break that mold now?
Oh.
There's a fault there. Both players touching it. They know it. Match points now.
Service over.
For Chen and Tia.
20, match point 13.
One saved.
Service over. 14, 20.
Again, Chia to the net. Not happy with herself. Still 5 match points to save for Kusuma Prativi.
15, 20.
It's Chen's turn now into the net. Now the pressure not quite there, I'm sure. 1 or 2 more points from the Indonesians, and they could start to ratchet up. 3 in a row here, they've done well. Oh, again, the net plays a part on game point. And again, it's Chia. And the Chinese have won here, but boy, have the Indonesians given a great account of themselves, particularly in game 1, where they led for almost the entire match, only to lose it at the very end.
19,
and here, there was a much bigger gap from the Chinese, but a good fight back at the business end from the Indonesians. In the end, the quality and pedigree of Chia and Chen saw them through, but they were given a really good fight today, weren't they? It's been entertaining, this doubles match, very much attack-driven. But Chen Ching-chen and Chia Yifan defeat Febriana Dwi Puja Kusuma and Amalia Cahaya Pratiwi of Indonesia 21-19 and 21-16 in 48 minutes. China now have a 2-0 lead. They need just one more win here. We'll see what happens between Bilkis Prasista and He Bingtiao. Impact Arena is where we're at for the TotalEnergies BWF Thomas and Uber Cup Finals 2022. As was the case 4 years ago, where China finished stunning third. And they'll be hoping to go a lot better than that. At the moment, they're in good shape to reach the semi-finals. They have taken a 2-0 lead, having won both the first women's singles and doubles matches in straight games. What is in store now in the third match? Remember, if they win this, it's all over. We do not need to play the fourth and fifth matches for the knockout rounds once a country hits 3 points. It's Bilkis Prasista against He Bingjiao next. And He Bingjiao will know she cannot take her opponent lightly, because the headlines yesterday belonged to Bilkis, who stunningly beat the world #1 Akane Yamaguchi. And that really grabbed all the headlines, didn't it? #333rd in the world, Bilkis Prasista, the teenager, ranked 333, as I said, beating the world #1 yesterday. She is someone with real pedigree, though. Her father, Joko Supriyanto. Her mother as well, an Indonesian
Bilkis,
player.
red or black?
Zelin Resiana.
Black for you.
He was also a
This
former
is red.
world
You won
#1.
the toss.
First meeting between the two.
You receive. Okay. She receive.
Pretty incredible having
You stay this
a
side.
mother and
Okay.
father both as world #1s. But He Bingjiao, fantastic player. World Championships, she's finished third twice. 2021 recently, 2018. She was part of the Uber Cup team that won gold in 2020 and finished third here in 2018. Sudirman Cup gold last year in 2021 and second in 2017. Asian Games, she's the reigning silver medalist. Asian Championships, she was second in 2019, got bronze in 2017. But first, Bilkis Prasista, who's 18 and 167 centimeters tall, as I mentioned earlier, 333rd. Her highest ranking is 318. I'm sure we're going to see her moving up the rankings very, very soon. From Magelang in Indonesia. Also has a twin sister who's a player. Those are her results so far. Interestingly enough, with opponents like Yael Hoyo and Florentine Schofsky, she went to 3. She won both of those, but it was against Yamaguchi that she actually won in 2. And in the shortest time, of course, 35 minutes to dispose of the world #1, 21-19, 21-19. That is the big story, one of the biggest stories here at the Thomas and Uber Cup Finals 2022. He Bingjiao is 25 years of age, from Jiangsu in China, 169 centimeters tall. She is the current world #9. She has reached as high as 6th, and that was in July of 2018. She is a former youth Olympic champion. I'm sure she'd be delighted to try and get that at senior level. She won her first 2 matches very, very easily. 20 minutes only for Louisa Ma, but Sung Sho-yeon, she needed 3 games, and that took almost 80 minutes. Remember, she has got the better of Chen Yufei in 2 tournaments this year. Haida
Ladies
Ditu
and
from France
gentlemen,
is the umpire.
On my right, China. represented
Eric
by
Desroches from
Hebing Chao.
Canada is the service
And
judge.
on my left, Indonesia, represented by Bilkis Pasista. China to serve. Love all.
Hebing Chao gets us going.
Play.
Nice start there from
Service over.
Bilkis. Be interesting to see
One, love.
when you've had such a monumental win and all the attention that's gone and how much that takes out of you. How she reacts to that today. Hebing Chao with an impressive winner of
Service
her own.
over. 1-0.
Champion in the Bangladesh Junior International Series last year, runner-up in the Denmark Juniors, semi-finalist of the Finnish Juniors.
Service over. 2-1.
Played for Indonesia at the Asian Team Championships a couple months ago.
Service over.
Could get that over.
2-all.
To the net from
Service
Hebing Chao.
over.
One thing, of course,
3-2.
her will now be on her guard. And this being the first time they faced off without that win against Akane. It would have been probably a slightly different approach. Now, everyone's talking about Bilkis.
Service over. 3-all. Service over. 4-3.
Remember, she's actually the third in the rankings of this singles. But she's been preferred to Aisha Sativa Fatatani. No way you could drop her after that stunning result against Yamaguchi. Can't get that over. Hebing Chao.
5-3.
And her sister has a 2-point lead here.
Service over. 4-5. Wind the court.
Beautifully done, and Hebing Chao sprawled on the floor.
Service over.
There's a lovely story of how Bilkis
6-4.
Pasista had a pre-match message from her father, Joko Supriyanto. I mentioned, well, former world #1, who said, nothing is impossible. Once you're on a badminton court, anything can be achieved. She actually didn't know, apparently, until the morning, yesterday morning, that she'd be playing.
Service over.
Nicely done there by Herbing Tiao. Yeah, she actually replaced Komang
5-6.
Ayu Chaya Dewi. As the top singles player there. She's actually had enough confidence to do it.
All.
6-all now. She said of that match against Yamaguchi, her sister, that she wanted to make her run and keep the shuttle away from her as much as possible. That was key. And I just wonder whether that's something she's looking to do today as well.
Service over.
So far,
7.
seems to be
6.
sort of working, doesn't it? Because she is in the lead, just about. All going quite well at the moment for Prasista.
Change.
Yamaguchi was quite shaken by that defeat. She did break down in a post-match interview. When she finally did compose herself, she said, "I'm the only reason I lost. I didn't control the match well enough." I'd like to give some credit to Prasista though for playing so well though. As she is here. It's almost
9,
nonchalant the way
6.
she dispatched that shot. A 3-point lead here against Herbing Tiao.
Service over.
Two stretch there from her
7,
shot.
9. Oh. 8, 9.
Every time Herbing Tiao
Service
comes
over.
close to
10,
Prasista,
8.
she can quite level things. And going into the interval,
11, 8.
it is the
Interval.
new starlet here, Bilkis Prasista, who has the lead over Herbing Tiao, 11-8.
Permainan kamu enjoy gitu. Oke, udah bagus. Yuk. Yuk, terus ya, bagus terus.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Eleven, 8. Play. Service over. 9, 11. Service over.
Yeah, at the moment,
12, 9.
it is a little tricky for Harbing Jiao to end up really 20 points in a row. She's had 4 earlier, but since then, struggling to put more than 1 or 2. That's more like it. That's a good shot from her.
10-12. Service over.
The number of unforced errors at the moment from her.
13-10.
It's giving Bilkis Basista a 3-point lead. I wonder if that defeat of Yamaguchi's maybe also gotten ahead a bit. Just putting it out there. Talking about season campaigner, of course, in Harbing Jiao. She's got 4-point lead here. Bilkis Basista. I said that Harbing Jiao is a season campaigner, 332 matches in her career, 242 wins, 90 defeats. It's an excellent record. This year alone, 13 wins out of 14. Shows she's in top form right now.
15-10.
She is trailing by 5. Well. Bilkis has only played 44 matches at this level, 28 wins and 16 defeats. With already a very memorable 2022. That is clearly in.
Service over.
There was the power of her shot, wasn't it?
11,
from her. It was just a bit too much for Bilkis. Prior to this tournament, as I mentioned, had won the Bangladesh Junior International Series.
Service over. 16-11.
She got to the semi-finals of the Bangladesh International Challenge. Her is in trouble here, there's no doubt about it. She's now 6 behind her opponent, who only needs 4 more points to wrap up the first game. Bilkis lost to Putri Kusuma Wardani, the more illustrious Indonesian rival and teammate in Bangladesh.
Service over.
She's got the semi-finals of the Finnish juniors. It was all last year. She's really not played much at all this year. Harbing Jiao has been in excellent form. Points here. And she won the German Open, as you mentioned, beating Chen Yufei. Also got to the quarterfinals of the All England, where she actually gave a walkover to Chen Yufei, then beating Chen in the Korea Masters, before losing in the quarterfinals to PV Sindhu in the Asian Championships.
17.
Now, starting to rack up these points here.
14-17.
It's the first time she's managed 4 points
15-17.
in a row in this match. Herbing-Chiao, she's coming at a really good time. This is the experience. Now the pressure will start to tell them Bilkis, who was in an excellent position earlier, with that 6-point lead.
Stay on court. And get ready to receive.
That's out.
Service over.
Matt, at least she's now within 3.
18-15.
Yeah, clearly out that one. Oh, that jump smash is a wild one, isn't it? Seems to be almost in 2 minds with the way she played it. And she's back in a bit of trouble here, Herbing-Chiao. That seemed a very tame
16.
bit of play there from her sister, but aided by Herbing-Chiao, I think, with that bit of deception. Now, Her wants to get up to as close to 19 as possible. Otherwise, no margin for error once Bilkis hits 20. And she's within 2.
19.
Missed it.
18,
Just within 1.
19.
Important point here now, Herbing-Chiao, to try and draw level. Oh, she attacked the serve, Francisca.
19-all.
Just wonder if some nerves may have played a part in that. 19-all. And like the first match, where Chen Yufei was behind for almost all of it, could Her now take the lead? No, she can't.
Service over.
Not a great shot from her.
20.
And it's
Game
Bilkis
point,
Brasista
19.
who has game point. Just the 1, though.
Game.
Bilkis has taken the first game.
First game won by Indonesia.
Another fantastic
21-19.
bit of work from her, taking that momentum from yesterday. Excellent work from Bilkis Brasista. Can she maintain this now? Is she going to create another upset here? Bilkis Brasista takes game 1 against Herbing-Chiao, 21-19.
Ya, bisa ya. Oke. Ya.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
It's the first game today that Indonesia have taken, and it's their
Second game.
newfound star that's doing it. The damage here.
Play. One love.
Herbing Chow is at the moment seeming a little circumspect about things.
Service over. 1-all.
Well, Herbing Chow's got to call on all that experience that she's got in comparison to her opponent. What we did see, particularly in the second game from the experienced Chinese pair of Chen Qingchen and Jia Yifan, where they were pushed all the way by Kusuma and Prativi, is that they used that experience in the second game. They learned from what they were exposed to in the first. I'm sure Herbing Chow will also be picking up on things as well. She's had a much better start here, 4-1. It's in, it's good.
5-1. Service over. 2-5.
Well, finally she stops that little run of Herbing Chow's. A bit more aggressive there from her.
6-2.
That 5-point lead now, 6-point lead I should say, is now vital for Herbing Chow, knowing that Prasista will try to come at her again.
Service over. 3-8.
That's gone long.
Service
This is
over.
the biggest lead she's had,
3.
Ma Bingqiao, in this match. She had also a 5-point run in the process, so she'll be a bit happy with that. But she knows Bilkis is capable of shots like that.
4-9. Service over.
She looks far more comfortable as well now, doesn't she, Ma Bingqiao? Wonderfully done by Prasista, who played across her opponent. She was looking to get back into the recovery position.
Return to Shenzhen.
Really good choice of shots. It's good.
10.
The lead is only 4 now. So now into this interval. It's the other way around now with Ma Bingqiao having the lead against Bilkis Prasista at 11-6 in game 2, with Prasista, of course, having taken game 1. She'll be far happier with this so far than she was in game 1, Ma Bingqiao.
所以你站在他前面，你是想去扑他还是什么？但他给你后场，你一定要耐心，好不好？啊。他有心，所以你只要耐心去保持速度，保持轮换，知道吗？啊，还是要有。
20 seconds. Code 1, 20 seconds. Bilkis on court. Change. Eleven, 6. Play. Service over. 7-11.
It's long. She is now back up. That's in, actually. My mistake. Yeah, very much in. And now, again, post-interval. We're seeing good fight back here from Prasista. 2 in a row.
Line check. Service over. 12-9.
Not a good return of serve there. Shaking the head from Prasista. Well, she needs another run of points here, Prasista. Probing Tiao up to 5. She wants to chip away at that lead if she can, Prasista. But it's getting increasingly difficult for her. She's got to do it soon. She wants to finish this in 2, if she can, like she did with Yamaguchi yesterday. Oh, it's giving us out.
10-15.
And that looks to be the right call. She attacked well there.
11.
Prasista. The lead is down to 4. Excellent work from Prasista into that corner.
12-15.
All of a sudden, it's 3. And she's managed to put on a run of 4 points here. Well, that went on for a while, didn't it? And Erling Tiao has gone wide.
15.
Well wide in the end. Just 2 points. It's been a good post-interval session here for Prasista. An important one there for her because Prasista was right on the tail and has actually been outscoring her. It's now 6-5 in favour of Prasista since the interval.
13. Players on courts. Bilkis. $16-13. $17-13.
And she's eased that pressure a little bit now, her. Beautifully done by Prasista. We know she's got those in her locker.
17.
Now, her will start to look
18,
towards the finish line here
14.
and leveling this match.
Players.
Umpire's trying to hurry things along. That should be an easy finish. I just looked away.
Service over. 15, 18.
Is there still something here for Bilkis Prasista?
Play.
Well played there, Prasista. Now just 2 away. Herbing Chow not out of the woods yet. She thought she was close to the finishing line. Bilkis Prasista may have other ideas. Could she perform a stunning comeback here?
Seventeen, 18.
It was given as out. She isn't convinced.
Herbing Chow, get ready to receive.
Yeah, I think it was out, wasn't it? Well, there's no doubt about that one. And she has delivered when she needed it.
19,
The pressure was right
17.
on her. A little bit of breathing space here for Herbing Chow.
On court 2, Uber Cup quarterfinal. The second system, Japan, represented by Masumi Okuhara. Versus Chinese Travel, represented by Chisu.
Staying in it here. Bilkis Prasista.
Australia from Indonesia.
In the end, Her wins that rally. It's a long one. Bilkis did really well in it.
Game points.
And there's 3 game points for Herbing Chow.
Herbing Chow.
Just a bit of slice there.
Play on.
This to level things up and go into a third. It's in.
Service over.
I think there was just a thumbs up as well there from her, just to confirm that it was indeed in, which is very nice of her, if that's true. So Herbing Zhao takes the second game, but boy, did it have plenty of drama in it, and Bilkis came close to upsetting the odds again. But it is all level, and we are moving into a third. Herbing Zhao winning that one, 21-18.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Final game. Love all.
So game 3 here of what's been a riveting match between Herbing Zhao and Bilkis Prasista.
1 love.
It really could go either way. You wouldn't say that, would you, beforehand? But Bilkis has been amazing. 333rd in the world. She's beaten the world #1 yesterday. And she's now giving massive problems to Herbing Zhao,
2 love.
who is another world-ranked player. She is the world #9 at the moment. But Herbing Zhao with a 2-love lead here in game 3. It's in.
Service
It's a good
over.
shot.
1, 2. Service over. 3-1. Service over. 2-3.
Well, Bilkis again, proving she's a stubborn campaigner. She isn't going to be easily got rid of.
Service over.
She's annoyed with herself there.
4-2. 5-2. Bilkis.
Yeah, there's the experience we talked about earlier with Herbing Tiao, and she's strutting a little bit more. Body language seems a bit more confident. But we do know 4 or 5 point leads at the moment against Bilkis haven't necessarily been enough in this match thus far.
Service over. 3-6. Play off. Service over. 7-3.
Still with the 4 points. Making it over.
8-3.
It's 5 points clear now. She will be a little happier with that, I'm sure. Herbing Tiao. This is about as big a lead as she's had in this match. We talked about the experience being the difference between these two at the moment. And that's a massive lead. One of the biggest we've seen so far in this tie. And Herbing Tiao now very clearly in front here in the rubber. She'll feel a little happier, but won't want to let up too much, knowing what Bilkis can do.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. (11-3). Play.
Now, we've seen the reaction from the Indonesian players generally when they're down at the interval, how they've done right after it. There tends to be a good response. So there's 1 point here for Bilkis. Let's see if she can build on that.
Service over.
Important there for
12-4.
Bing Jiao to ensure that her opponent cannot get into a rhythm. This is now, when you look at on paper between a world number 9 and a world number 333, this is sort of how it would look like, you'd think. Of course, that doesn't tell all the story when you just look at those rankings. Context is so important here, but
service over. 5-13.
Bilkis has to do more here to stay in this. Hasn't managed more than a point at a time in this match. In this game, I should say. More aggressive from her.
14-5.
Now the lead is 10. And you'd think her is odds-on favourite to go through all the way, finish this off.
Service over.
There's something extraordinary that happens here from Bilkis. So she performed the extraordinary yesterday. Let's not discount her yet.
Service over. 16-6.
Must be clear to everyone that there is no Hawkeye available. No official review challenge at the moment due to some technical issues.
17.
In case anyone is wondering. It's 11 points the gap. Going to get that rectified hopefully as soon as possible for the rest of the Thomas and Uber Cup finals. That's well played.
Service over.
Nicely done by Bilkis. Haven't seen those sort of shots from her in a while.
Return the shuttle. He Bingjiao, return the shuttle. Seven, 17.
Now just 3 away from finishing this off, He Bingjiao. And she has a massive lead of 11 points. Great stuff from her.
Service over. 8-9. 18.
Well, it is the culmination of 2 days of exhausting play that have probably taken a lot out of her. Bilkis Prasista.
Correction. 19-7.
2 points to go. That's well out. That's a tired shot, isn't it?
20. Match point. 7.
Physically and psychologically and mentally, it's just been a long couple of days for Prasista. Very much in the positive, though. I mean that in the best possible way. But it might have just now taken its toll. And Herbing Chow is just finding winner after winner.
Match won by China.
And that
19-21.
Finish it off. It's a lovely way to complete proceedings.
7.
And Bilkis Prasista can hold her head up high because she has achieved something incredible by beating a world #1 and then pushing one of China's top singles players all the way. Just perhaps by the end of the third game, it was just a little too much. But she has certainly put her name on the badminton map. And remember that name, Bilkis Prasista. Herbing Chow was certainly under tremendous pressure for the first 2 games. But in the end, she has won. So Herbing Chow has beaten Bilkis Prasista 19-21, dropping the first game, then winning the next 2, 21-18, 21-7. She's done it in just under an hour. And most importantly, China have beaten Indonesia for the 14th time in 15 attempts here at the Yuba Cup. It started with Komang Amuchaya Dewi, who had some good moments against Chen Yufei, but in the end, Chen winning that one in 42 minutes, the Olympic champion. And then we had the world #1 pairing of Chen Qingchen and Jia Yifan defeating Febriana Dwipuji Kusuma and Amalia Chahaya Pratiwi rather, in straight games, 21-16, 21-19 in 48 minutes. And then a really, really good fight here from Herbing Chow up against a giant killer, Bilkis Prasista, who took the first game, 21-19, but then Herbing Chow just edging things in the second game, 21-18, and then winning easily 21-7 in the final game, winning 2-1. China through, defeating Indonesia 3-0. They are into the semi-finals. They will play the winner of India and Thailand, which will happen later today. And looking for yet another final. China, of course, the outstanding Yuba Cup performer. They have won more Yuba Cups than anyone else. So later on in this court, it'll be India versus the host nation, Thailand. That'll be at 2 p.m. For now, though, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, there'll be more Yuba Cup action here at the Impact Arena.